How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and welcome back to our playthrough of the economic campaign for Stronghold 3. Today we'll be completing mission number 6, the Ghost Town.
One of the repercussions of the war was that this town, one of the Abbey's main supply towns, both for trade and for novices, was destroyed. Everything that made it great was ruined. And the people left, leaving the town deserted, a shell of what it was. If the Abbey is to flourish, we must help to rebuild the town and restore it back to its former state.
Restore this broken and disease-ridden town quickly. Above all, it needs a working church again, from which it can start to train new novices.
Okay, so to win here, we are going to need to collect 400 bread, remove all of the ruins from the town, collect 1,000 wood, collect 80 pitch, and we'll lose if I run out of time, or for some unexplained reason my lord would happen to die.
Place your stockpile, my lord.
So here we are. You can see there's a lot of disease around here. I'm planning on putting my stockpile over in this area, closer to these trees.
Site your granary, sir.
The granary, I think I'm going to be putting... Oh, this is a good question. Do we want to put it over here? Or should we put it down? I think we're going to put it down here.
Sire, we have but little time to restore this sorry place to a thriving town. I suggest that first we build an apothecary to rid the place of the pox. This town stinks.
People in the castle are very ill, my lord.
Okay, we're going to get the apothecary up. Like that. I deleted a whole bunch of walls there and the barracks because really we don't need to recruit any troops in this mission. There are no enemies to fight. There are no wolves or anything like that. The only reason that we might want to keep the barracks up is if we wanted to recruit a few more units to help us with the ruins around here that we want to destroy. But we really do need to get some apple farms and stuff up and going here. I should turn off these wood camps so that way it focuses on the apple farms first. I mean, there is disease relatively close here, but hopefully, I don't know, that farmer walked right into the disease. Hopefully this apothecary can clear that out before too long. We won't have to worry too much about it. Yeah, so here is a peasant we're going to use. Disease does do damage, by the way. So in other words, if I walk my units into the disease, they will take damage because of it. This apothecary seems to be wandering out and taking care of the disease that's not by the granary, which is not what I wanted. Maybe we'll actually see a bit of that when my lord comes. Yeah, he's being attacked by the plague. Save my lord from the plague. Only the apothecary can do that. This is just a really tightly compacted map. I think I actually turned my woodcutter off instead of turning it back on. It just goes to show how much attention I'm paying to the game, doesn't it? Okay, here, I think the apothecary is taking care of one of those plague areas right there. Yeah, there's still another one, but that'll help. I don't want to expand my population too quickly here until we actually get some food up and going. So that's why I haven't built another house yet. How much? Okay, we have 180 wood. I probably should build another one. Maybe we won't go the full 10 right away, but maybe we will. Okay. So we got those ruins out of the way. We got the plague out of the way. I think that's a great start right there. We don't have any other food types except for apples here and wheat. So we're going to be a bit limited as to what we can actually feed our peasants with. Or what we can keep them happy with, basically. I do want to get the wheat started at least.
My lord.
Are these ruins all removed? Yeah, I think they are. So let's see here. We're going to need the pitch. Ready? Okay, we also need the 1,000 wood and the 400 bread. So what I'll probably do here is what I usually do. And turn off consumption of bread to make sure we can collect it. We are running a little bit low on food. So once again, I want to focus on that first to make sure we absolutely do not run out of food. Got 2 extra peasants right now who are not employed. And this is where the pitch will be. One of the reasons I wanted to keep the stockpile over on this side as opposed to putting it over here, because my pitch workers will not have to walk quite as far to get to the stockpile then. I don't really like how deleting walls works in Stronghold 3, like compared to Stronghold 2 and Stronghold... what was it? Stronghold Crusader? Basically, all the other Strongholds have better ways of deleting walls, because you could just click and drag the delete along the wall and just delete the whole thing. With this one, you have to delete it in something like sections. So you go click, 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 click. It's just a lot less intuitive, a lot less convenient. Do we even need a market? That's my question. Let's go ahead and delete that market. By the way, I don't think we get any wood back for deleting the market. Okay, we have like 319 right now. How much do we have now? 336. I think that's just because one of those woodcutters was delivering more wood. I don't think we actually got anything from deleting the market, which is really interesting that Firefly decided to remove the compensation for deleting buildings, because up until this point, I'm pretty sure all buildings always yielded 50% when you deleted them. So go figure. Wait, oh, you have another 4 peasants available? I'm not sure we can fit. Okay, I think we can fit another hovel up here. Or not. Maybe have to rotate it a bit. No, it looks like we're going to be limited. No problem. I'll put it there. Let's get those pitch rigs up and going. Hopefully the apothecary will be over here to get rid of this disease pretty soon, so my pitch workers don't have to continually walk through it. Okay, looks like we can fit one there. That's 3. Wait, okay. I thought I saw an area where I could put it. That should use up all of my additional peasants, shouldn't it? Oh, that's right. I created another hovel. Okay, we've got enough wood. Let's build a couple more wheat farms. Not sure exactly where I want the wheat farms, because I think I can fit one right there by the stockpile. Usually I go for 3. This is not at all a very scientific approach that I do here for it. It has more in general to do with heuristics, I suppose. I mean, you want to keep on these ruins. I don't want to forget about them for too long, because what will end up happening then is we'll have everything else completed, but I need to send my lord and a peasant around. As I pointed out, I don't have the barracks, so I'm not going to be recruiting any additional units to help me with that. Here's one really interesting thing. We start with 100 iron in the stockpile, but there's no real reason to ever use it. I really don't know why it's there. You can't sell it, and I'm pretty sure you can't mine more. Like, if you look around the map, there's no way to get more iron. So it's almost as if originally this mission had intended to have an element to it, that required you to fight in it, and that was later nixed for some reason. That's about the only thing I can figure out. And yet, even though it was nixed, the developers didn't actually remove the resources that were planned for you to use, basically. Okay, this new event here should help us get the population that we need. We don't have anything like hops to give our peasants popularity. We don't have... Oh, we do have the ability to build a church, but we can't build candles, which is rather interesting. Once again, it's a bit strange what buildings and resources here they sort of enabled for us without really giving us a reason to use them. But this should be enough bakeries here to get our bread. We need 400 of it. Of course, we need to also start saving up wood again. I think we don't have any additional peasants at the moment, and we still have a building that needs another peasant. We are at our cap. I think we're going to have to build another hovel, or a house in this case. So we also need to start stocking up on wood. I think I'm going to build another 2 wood camps over here to help us get that 1,000 wood as quickly as possible. We also might want one additional pitch rig. We can still see there is plague over here yet, and I'm not sure the apothecary can do anything about it. The apothecary might be out of range of that plague. Then again, I don't see the apothecary at his place of work, so I guess there might be hope yet. Let's see here. Can we fit 2 here? I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, the apothecary just took care of it. So we don't have to worry about our pitch workers walking through that area anymore. Oh no! More of the plague has been spawned right on top of my bakery here. Apparently, I think it killed this baker. Holy crap, that looked very violent what happened there just a second ago. Did you see that? He was flopping all over the place. And we have enough bread. There's some plague right here inside this apple farm. What's really bad is when the plague spawns directly on the door to the granary. It just completely will wipe out your entire population of farmers. The same with the stockpile. You gotta be careful about that. That's why I kind of wanted the apothecary here, right in between the stockpile and the granary. Hopefully it could take out, as you can see, he's on his way over there right now. Can hopefully take out that plague post-haste, basically.
Early for this, isn't it? A fungus has devastated our wheat crop, sire. The bakers are distressed.
I know. At least we have 22 extra in reserve. And, ooh, we are really at our cap once again for population. Gonna have to build another hovel. We're up to 48 population at this point. 115 bread.
Lordship.
Now we got 19 days and 14 hours left. I don't know how we're doing with the pitch. We're doing pretty good with everything else.
You're joking, ain't you?
Wait, why did...
Impossible.
Okay, that kid is doing a somersault. At first I thought it was dying from the plague or something. Turns out it's just doing cartwheels. It was doing cartwheels, I think, by the way, not somersaults. They're similar-ish, but cartwheels are more impressive, obviously. But then again, I would associate somersaults with kids more than I would a cartwheel. I guess? I don't know. Younger kids. I guess. It depends upon what you consider to be a kid. People would call somebody who's 18 still a kid. You know, it's all about perspective. But then again, that's... I suppose this is neither the time nor place to wax philosophical about the usage of words, is it? Let's take out this wall here. We have 15 out of 16, it says. I think this is the last ruin right over here that we have to remove. We have half the wood. Hopefully I won't have to use more of it. I am still worried about the pitch. We have 5 spare workers. I'm gonna see if I can fit 2 more of them over here on pitch rigs. You can see right here is a little bit of wall. I'm not sure I can even delete that wall. It's just going to stand there. And this is another one of the issues of Stronghold 3's wall system. I'm not even sure it is actually a wall. I think I can move there. So it's not blocking anything, fortunately. It's just like a graphical artifact that's been left on the map when the walls didn't properly delete. You'll also see this happen during sieges. This rune here, I believe, is an entire thing. Even though it looks like it's composed of like 4 different walls, it's actually one wall.
That's the last of the rubble cleared, sire.
Okay. So we've completed that first, as a matter of fact. 72 out of 80. 299. So basically 304 out of the 400 bread we need. I'm just going to speed this up here. Hopefully this will complete faster. Yes. I just realized I forgot to lower the food rate.
Sentiment is warm towards you, my liege.
Or the food consumption rate in the granary. After turning it up for the disease event.
The granaries are full with bread, sire.
Okay, now we're just waiting on the wood. 289. I should say 989 out of 1,000. And this should do it.
We are victorious, sire.
Perfect. So, and we actually got a score. I wasn't sure we would get a score because I think it took over half, like 65% out of the 100% of time that we had allowed to us. So, allotted to us, I should say. Wasn't sure I'd get a score. Sometimes you don't on missions like this. So, score 65. Oh, actually, yeah, it's a pretty decent score. I don't know. I wish the score was a little bit more quantified, I guess you could say. At the moment, it seems a bit arbitrary, if that makes any sense, on missions that don't have enemies in them. Like, where did you come up with 65,000? Why not just like 655? I don't know. It's one of the things I think about. We had 1,300 apples, 2,000 wood. So we used over 1,000 wood just to build this economy, which doesn't surprise me. Buildings do cost a lot to build in these later Stronghold games, and 22 buildings were destroyed. So that pretty much does it for this chapter, this mission, whatever you want to call it. It's really confusing to me sometimes. Some games explicitly refer to them as chapters. Some of them refer to them as missions. And when I say some games, I'm talking about the Stronghold games. So it becomes a little bit confusing for me to call them one or the other, and then I frequently default to calling them. I frequently default to using the words interchangeably, I think. But yeah, that completes this mission chapter. Thank you very much for watching as always, and I hope to see you next time.